National referee. Second referee is Joy de Imos, national referee. And now let's meet the starters. First for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Middle blocker from Las Altas Marinas, number 22, Cherry Luna. Outside spiker from the University of the Philippines, number 1, Isa Molde. The rest of the starters from the Ateneo de Manila University, center number 3, Dina Juan. Outside spiker number 9, Pauline Gaston. Opposite hitter number 10, Kel Tolentino. Middle blocker number 14, team captain Bea De Leon. Starting libero number 13, Dente Lazaro Revilla. The head coach for Choco Mucho is Coach Oliver Almagro. And now the starters for the PLDT high-speed hitters. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 3, Mika Reyes. Outside spiker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 4, Jules Salmonte. Opposite hitter from the Far Eastern University, number 10, Chin Basas. Center from the University of Santo Tomas, number 12, team captain Rhea Di Magulangan. Middle blocker from the University of St. LaSalle, number 13, Del Palomata. Outside spiker from Central Philippines University, number 17, Fiona Ceballos. Starting libero from the University of the East, number 8, Kat Arago. Head coach for PLDT is George Pasqua. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is the Choco Mucho Flying Titans versus the PLDT high-speed hitters.
Okay, just about ready to put the ball in play. The starting lineup for Choco Mucho.
Well, ayan na nga. Catalentino is back. And you still have Bea De Leon and the usual si Luna. At of course, ang pinupuntahan ng marami si Gina. And Pong, I see also Pongay.
PLDT and their starting lineup, some familiar names and faces, of course.
Oh, ayan, at the usual, no? Samonte, Mika Reyes, Basas, Arado. Yung in-interview natin, si Piola, Rhea De Magulangan, of course.
And just about ready to put the ball into the play, and the crowd already getting into action and cheering on who they like to cheer for today. First serve in play. Is that in? Yes, it is. Reyes getting that baseline.
I'm sure excited ka rin. Yung si Dende, naging estudyante mo ba si Dende Lazaro?
Hindi si Dende naging. Actually, itong generation, ang huli ko naging estudyante natin si Jem Perepo.
Okay.
Mga naging estudyante ko sa volleyball, si Eliza, si Jem, si Kiwi. In the meantime, and that's our score right now. It will be 2-0. PLDT early on with the early lead. Now, Choco Mucho, they've had problems with their injuries, some tough games as well. But they just have, you know, you can't complain. You just play with what you have, di ba, partner?
That is true. Wala talaga. You know, this is not only a challenge to them, but to all of us and actually the entire world, di ba?
I guess so. In the meantime, that's a block.
Isa Molde.
Yeah, watch this.
Now serving for the Flying Titans, Isa Molde.
Molde and Nuna combining there to create that wall, and Isa Molde, the UP Fighting Maroon, takes care of the serve. Then Magulangan and great eye by Mika Reyes. Let's go to Alexis inside.
with 17 points last game. PLDT high-speed hitter Jules Samonte shared to me how big of a deal it is to win this game in order to secure a spot in the top 4. Given na matagal nang hindi nakaka-podium finish ang PLDT, given that the team was relatively new, ang motivation daw ng team coach ayon kay Jules ay ang pagtiwala sa proseso. At kita naman natin ngayon sa kanilang tiwala, tuloy-tuloy ang kanilang magagandang ipinakita sa court with consistent wins, with improved blockings as their point of improvement against the CHOCO MUCHO Flying Titans. Let's watch their defense against CMFT. Let's go back to set 1.
Alam mo, pwede pa nagpatuloy si Alexis, hindi pa tapos yung point. Ito mo, ito, gaya nito. Hindi pa tapos yung point dito, nagbabakbakan, long rally, first long rally of the match. And it ends!
And this is what they missed for several games. Let's take a look at this once again. Catalentino just killing that one.
Excellent hand control by Catalentino. She saw the two blockers in front of her. Twisted her wrist just a tad to go a bit down the line as Nunag has her serve. Oh. It's inside!
Nunag getting that space. Great target for her.
Sasalok at sasalok pababa yung bola. This one hits the net. Kept in play by Rhea de Maculangan. Molde is there and unable to lift it up. And it's now CHOCO MUCHO by 1.
Bea de Leon from the middle taking this one. That Bea de Leon Tina Wong connection.
Si Bea, from the first time you and I covered her, yung energy niya has been the same despite all these years that have passed. Oh, great block. There she is again.
And more than actually the offense, it's the blocking also of Catalentino that they missed. So, but this time it's Bea with a solid block.
Wala, pinakausap na ni Bea na naman yung sarili niya. Which is part and parcel of why she's so good. Attack. Easily kept in play nonetheless. Hooked by Mika Reyes.
Perfect timing there, Mika Reyes. Just going for that push.
Alam mo, yung given the importance of this game and where CHOCO MUCHO is in the team standings, we are in for a battle. Kasi Noel Zárate yung announcer. So kung 5 sets ito, hindi ho ako magtataka. So I'm ready for this. And in this place? Oh! I was teaching George Pasqua. Sabi ko sa kanya, munang baguhin yung buhok mo. Yan na yung ano mo. Kahit pag tumanda ka pa, yan na yun. Tinawanan lang ako as usual. Oh, block! And there's
that's going to be important. That did go over for Viola Ceballos.
It's a pleasure and we are so grateful for the players. Alam mo, hirap ikausapin sila during the warm-up, ha? You know, when they're concentrating.
Correct,
but
yes.
just for them to spend time with us and get into their minds and hearts is such a joy. In the meantime, this shot, Pasas, former MPU player, knocking that in.
An off the block point for Team Pasas.
I felt my age in volleyball just go by when Wendy Simana said hi to me earlier. She's now Wendy Simana, di ba? But you and I covered her for many years in the UAAP. In the meantime, problematic passing by CHOCO MUCHO. Coach O trying to voice operate his team. He's tried everything, you know, in this conference in terms of motivation, actually. Nice set by Dina.
Getting that cross-court point.
And we have arrived at the technical timeout. It's 8-6. We have CHOCO MUCHO just slightly ahead. We have you back with us here, and it's a thrill and honor for you to spend what namang araw nyo? Thursday afternoon with us here. Enjoying volleyball. I'm still getting used to more yung mga combinations na Ateneo Lasal players magkasama. I talked to Bindin. I said, I'm still getting used to na hindi kayo magkasama ni Eliza. I'm still getting used to that. We've known different combinations. Now the key there is to what kind of chemistry you have with those different combinations.
But it's also nice to see them, no? Amazing that they can actually play great with each other despite being opponents for a long time.
Halimbawa, no, yung si coming from mostly the Ateneo program, then they accepted two Lasal players. Parang walang problema. No? Magkakakilala talaga eh. Down the middle, off the head, it's out.
Once again, Bea De Leon has been active on the side of Choco Mucho. No? Siguro feeling the sense of urgency of this match. Again, going for the quick hit.
And Bea, through the UAAP and playing professionally, has learned how to use that block to her advantage. Dati, when she was younger, she would just slam it away, and she's now learned how to use those angles. The Maculangan still as consistent as ever. And that will score. Don't take this PLDT team for granted. They have a good record in the tournament so far.
That was just too high for the blockers of Choco Mucho getting that last point.
This woman is tall. She can get really high, as we were talking about it. PLDT has a 3-win, 1-loss card. Choco Mucho has struggled. They're 1-3. Molde finding a way to score.
That's right, going down the line. Isa Molde is one of the players that they can rely on in this team.
Rina Wong, ay alala ko nung break ba? Yung bahay niya, punong-puno na tao, hindi siya makalabas para magsimba.
Nakakatawa rin eh.
Oo. Out. George Pasco made sure that his team knew that was out.
Talking about the mix, Jules Amonte on that open hit. Siyempre, galing din yun sa Ateneo.
Yes.
Most of her teammates are on the other side, while Jesse De Leon on the other hand. Of course, Tigre rin yan.
Okay. Ano na yun?
Ito rin.
Ikita mo ito eh. Yung mga magagandang programs, di ba? Lalo na UST has been there for the longest time. It's a good program. Of late, nag-growing Ateneo, FPO, and UST and Lasal have always been strong. So, we're seeing developments to the years. 11-9 is the count. 9 serving against 11. Isa Molde, always a pleasure to cover. Unti-unti nawawala yung shyness now. Remember when she started out, and Isa with a big smile because he has an ace. Simple case of ikaw, ako, nobody got to it. Di Maculangan sets up Reyes. It's handled well by Denden. To the other side, it's a block. And picked up by Samonte, the set, the shot. Denden does what Denden does best. It's at the net. It's... Oh, Coach O has a bone to pick.
Tumama sa bracket. Yung bola
Only
raw,
the captain can
hindi
speak with the referee.
tumama
Let's
sa
listen if
bracket,
we
kaya
can.
tinawagan ko. Likod. Ano? Illegal attack yun. Bako kasi si Ding.
Hindi po si Dinay umatak.
Hindi siya nag-set. Oh, over ang bola. Eh, kasi nga, kung hindi mo block, papasok sa loob.
Mosi, palagay mo, ano to?
Parang illegal back row. Attack ang tinawag. Yeah.
Back row player, nagpunta ng front line. Okay. So that sorts that out. Coach O with a bone to pick, but didn't push through. And Gaston says, I'll take it back, Coach.
Right, that's the way to do it. Like, pawi lang agad and Ponggay Gaston again with a cross-court hit.
You know, you can't, in volleyball, it's so quick and the points are so few, you can't belabor too long eh. At unless talagang you believe. Alam mo na, wala naman tayong challenge system pa dito, no ha? In the meantime, Dina with a set. Bang! Bang! Bang!
Oh my! Valentino just hammering that one in.
This is a different Choco Mucho team we're seeing here in this first set. Watch this, partner. Baon, tusok. You know what it is.
Sa cross-court. Tapos bakit pag-depensa, bakit pa-atras kayo? Stop and then forward. Hindi naman pinapalo ng malakas eh. Diba? Huwag tayong maghintay. Hanapin natin ang bola. Intindihan?
Go, go, go.
Enjoy!
As in most cases when teams begin to lose their grip on a set, coaches will say something. Move forward. Hanapin natin yung bola.
But you know, sometimes kasi, remember during our days, no, napaka-basic, that diba, coaches would always say na lahat i-depensa muna. Pero that's not the case now eh, na may assignment na yan. So usually you take care of your hitters na para hindi na sila dumepensa, para makapag-ready sila for an attack.
Like in this case, Choco's defense has been solid. The attack has been there. It's down and out.
And credit the set of Dina Wong on that last play. And alam mo si Dina, safe place kasi niya si Kat eh, diba?
Yeah.
Yan yung go-to niya, parang when things are, kumbaga, not as good as she wants it. Talagang si Kat siya pupunta.
It's nice to see you Kat back.
Oh, that's right.
Grabe, no? How time has passed suddenly. Then Lazaro is then wag ka magagalit sa akin, ha? Saka LA. Then suddenly the senior in that group. And you need senior players.
And it's good that these girls, I'm talking about Choco Mucho, that they have Denden there to guide them.
Oh, absolutely. And she takes care of controlling that. This shot, Gaston, it's neutralized. They will recalibrate.
And Choco Mucho is getting a lot of off-the-block points.
And we've got the second technical timeout. Flying Titans still ahead. We hope your afternoon is as enjoyable as ours, as we have a reunion here with Mosi Raveno, our floor director Larry Dial, our director Al Neri, and our producer Malu Neri, and everybody else we've worked with through the years. It's the most outrageous, it's the most chaotic production meeting I attended. Dumating kasi ako. 16-11. Anong kailangan gawin ng PLDT partner? Medyo they need more of that, I suppose.
Well, now you have a different game against Choco Mucho because it's becoming like yung mga off-the-block hits has been doing wonders for Choco Mucho. So yung depensa ng PLDT, kailangan i-adjust nila.
Correct.
Kailangan lumayo sila ng konti and anticipate those bounces, di ba?
Yes, and the libero will have to be a little more active, especially if they're being bounced off the block from the back row. Gentle touch. Here's Reyes setting up, and that'll work. Palomata with a connection. The middle blocker finds a way to bring them to 16-13.
So that's Palomata's third point, all from attacks. Normally, you'd see her get points from blocks. But this time, mukhang very active sa atake itong si Del.
In play, but out of reach. And look at this, Choco Mucho tiptoeing to a possible taking of this first set. Some changes being made by George Pascua.
Number 10 passes out. Number 15, Wendy Simane.
Wendy Simano makes her first appearance.
Number 20,
Oliver Almagro makes his own changes on the other side of the floor.
So now the coaches are trying to answer each other's weaknesses so far with these changes, and let's see if si Ellie Soyud kasi has been really the spark plug for PLDT. Tuwing pinapasok siya, ang laki ng porsyento. Talking about instant point coming from Ellie Soyud in the past games. When she comes in, talagang halos ganyan, instant point kagad. And napaka-high percentage when it comes to attacking.
And George seems content. He needs that instant offense coming from his players on the bench. In the meantime, this is set up cleanly, but it is blocked. Nowhere to go for Isamone though.
That's right. She was a bit late for the approach. The blockers were already placed.
Ayun, tama ka. Yan, huling-huli. Nabasang-basa, and Soyud was there. Let's listen to Coach O.
Huwag mo ipilit ipasok. Take out one spiker muna. Lagay mo sa spiker, walang problema yun. Okay, again. Okay, look. Nagko-call out tayo. Kat, yung kanina, nabasa mo yun, but you're here. Okay, now, one good receive tayo. We have strong rotation now. Ang importante lang sa atin, alam natin yung gagawin. Pagka nawala, take out one strikers. Hindi pwede ibibigay lang sa kalaban yung bola. Aggressive tayo, Bel. Bel, be aggressive, ha? Okay, naman po tayo sa attack percentage, ha? Let's go.
I need one good pass to get the fake. 1, 2, 3.
How many different good school programs were speaking in that particular timeout? Isa from UP, the Ateneo Connection, then nandiyan pa sila.
Pero makikita mo, iba-iba na character, no? Like, for example, Isa was just listening to Coach O, while Bea naman was really asking for a good pass because she also wants to...
to score, she...
Exactly. She wants to try the buddies to score, so...
They try it, and Molde with a bigger smile because they score after a timeout.
Gina Wong going to Isamone. Ito, mas humahabol na lang si Palomata dun sa block ngayon. So she was able to get that point easily.
Palomata standing 6'3". Alam mo, tinanong ko sa'yo bago tayo kumpisa, is this generation taller than your generation? Many are, di ba?
Yes.
Oh, touch last by Choco.
Palomata once again. Attack mode in this first set. 4 points already for Delta.
How many players do we know that sa serve pa lang pumapalakpak na tao, no? Really. Absolutely sensational. Oh, what happened there?
Miscue on the side. Parang nadalas si Wendy dun sa second ball. That wasn't a good second ball.
Oh, sabi ni George, itaas nyo.
Yeah,
para mas better chance, ano?
True, and Mika was just trying to save it.
3-point lead by Choco. They give one away, though. You can understand why the players and the coaches sometimes say, isa lang, because one could change the momentum.
True.
One good set, one good pass, one good stop.
Now serving for the high-speed hitters, Rhea Di Maculangan.
High-speed hitters of PLDT have Rhea Di Maculangan.
So you know they have a full front line.
Yes.
Rhea's on the service line.
Rejected. Kept in play by Wong from the back row. Di Maculangan sets up Reyes. Denden. And that's scored upon.
That has been Cat Tolentino's kumbaga, go-to, yung off the block. And it has been working for Choco Mucho in this first set. Kaya nagulo yung depensa ng PLDT dun sa mga off-the-block hits ni Cat Tolentino.
Such a different team when they're complete. I guess any team for that matter. Diba?
Well, I was gonna say na yung Choco Mucho, if complete, kasama pa si Maddie.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a really strong team.
But it's a credit to the coaches that they keep on playing with the lineups that undergo so many challenges.
There on your speeds, Maddie Madayag. Kita naman natin, di ba? In our pre-game, talagang individual training ang ginagawa ni Maddie, getting ready.
Hindi pwede kasing mag-stop, kundi makakatulog yung mga muscle, tataba ka, yung hangin mo, mag-iiba. Mika jumping, but she's the fake. Here's the set by Dina. And the connection by Dina.
And they will take that. Sherry Nunag. Medyo mababa kasi yung set, but they were still able to connect.
Ito na naman tayo. Tatanong ko na naman siya bakit tumatawa. Sasabihin mo naman sa akin, muna kasing intindihin. Sabi ni Nunag, ay naman, buhay talaga, oh. You know, during the off-season, I was watching a couple of the UAAP games that we did. Well, we had such great times when they were all younger, you know?
Oh, yeah. May mga players kaya tayo kinol, wala na dito eh.
Yeah, and we like it when they come back, and I like Wendy Simanda coming back. In the meantime, Mika Reyes, their serve and play. Set up, Gaston firing, Mika got to it. The setup by Di Maculangan, then Lazaro keeps it airborne. The attack. Recycled offense here. Still in play.
That was whistled already, so yeah. Point goes to Choco Mucho.
Panoorin nyo to. Yung bone of contention nata is kung nasa floor na eh, di ba? Samantala may timeout ang PLDT.
Agad natin gumawa ng gusto natin.
Dito yung receive. Chin. Dito pa. Ngayon, yung block, huwag niyo masyadong pagigilan yung block. Okay? Ang importante lang, nasa tama tayong posisyon ng kamay para yung depensa sa likod, makapag-posisyon din ng depensa. Ngayon, kung malikot ang kamay natin, mahirap anuhin. Then, ladies, nasa harapan lang natin bumabagsak ang bola. Hakbang lang natin. Mahitas lang ang bola, wala nang problema. Ha?
Alam niyo naman sa panahon ngayon, ano, sa email niyo at kahit sa mga text niyo, pusong-uso yung a gentle reminder. Yan ang ginagawa ni George Pasqua. You know, alam mo mga players, they know what to do. Kung minsan lang, when they're tensing up because of the situation, the context, nakakalimutan.
Yun nga, usually I always say that, yung in-game adjustment. Oh, and the Tolentino family here. Completa.
Oh, they want to see their family
Nice
members.
to see them. Siyempre supporting si Kat. Si Kat has been out for a while.
Battle at the net. Di Maculangan. Palomata. She connects again.
Palomata now with 5 points.
Just using her height to the max.
And usually, sila ni Mika, no, that's the biggest threat kasi ng PLDT,
Correct,
yung middle blockers nila. They would produce a lot of blocks. Pero in this game so far, it has been their attacks in this first set.
Excellent dig from downstairs. Too strong. And we arrive at set point. But there's an argument. Well, They complained about it, but it won't change a thing. We are at set point, as you can see on your picture. Uh-oh. And that'll do it with an ace. Nawalan ng control ng konti ang PLDT. They were in the thick of the battle pero naubusan to sa set.
I think nagka-problema doon sa depensa nila. That's why that last time out, remember, Coach George is trying to, kumbaga yung time out niya para sa depensa from the blocking to the floor.
And that is the score of our first set. Mosey and I and everybody else will be back shortly. At the end of the first set, that was the hum of the count, 25-21. Let's take in some choice cuts from that opening set.
But it was actually a close set, no? Pabalik-balik na yung scores natin. But yung tempo ng game was really dictated by Choco Mucho in this first set. Especially yung because of their offense, nakagulo yung depensa ng PLDT. Who, in fact, pag-tingin mo in their previous games, very steady naman yung defense nila. Pero because yung mga off-the-block hits ni Kat at saka mga solid kills niya, parang nag-iba yung timing nila sa depensa. That's why I bet you sa second set yan i-adjust nila. Kasi tingnan mo, atake, they're just the same. Blocks, the same lang din, diba? Pagdating ngayon na sa errors doon sila maraming, kumbaga na-doble nila yung errors ng Choco Mucho. But then again, I'm sure si Coach George siya nang nakita niya because in the last time out, remember what he said, di ba sabi niya yung blocking dapat saktohan lang kasi nagagamit yung blockers for off-the-block points. So ang pinapa-steady niya para makita daw sa likod ng floor.
In coaches, I was talking to a couple of players from different sports. The coaches, they see everything. They're like teachers, actually. So you can understand that George Pasco, and one of the coolest dudes, actually, coaching-wise.
Nakita talagang from the beginning of his coaching, nakita na natin siya.
Actually, tatayo ako ng team, Maret. Ang head coach ko, either si Aaron Velez at siya. Puro cool dude, ako lang maingay. May talunin kaya ako. May palagay ko naman. In the meantime, second longest rally in play. Dug up cleanly. Passes. Denden is right there. Reset. Molde beginning to percolate.
And you like that Isa Molde is still challenging the blockers on the other side. Diba, ginagamit pa rin nila yung blockers on the other side to score a point.
Alam mo talaga, the very experienced players know those little gaps, those little alleys where you can put a shot through. Yun ang sikip ng dinaanan ni Isa dun sa tira na yun. Basas fires. It is inside.
Basas this time with a cross-court hit. They will need more from Chin Basas. Sabi ko, alam mo si Chin, napaka-quiet even in person. But you know that she produces a lot of points, laging halos double figures dito sa PLDT.
As we have Samonte all set to serve for all of us. Alanganin, ginawa ng paraan. Hindi nalunod. Nalunod sino nalunod?
Sinuna kasi pareho eh. I mean like alam naman natin ang quick kailangan perfect timing yan.
In sync yan eh.
Yes.
I think the moment Nunag flew, she sensed that she would be short. And even di nakita yung reaction ni Din. Naku, short. Bagay, off the service error. We're tied at 2 in the second set. And Jerry Nunag is in your service area. Choco Mucho took the first one today, 25-21.
Oh! They returned the point with another service error, this time by Jerry Nunag.
Let's go to Alexis.
For Kat Tolentino, the hardest part for the week when she was away was the fact that she couldn't help them despite her supporting them from afar with all her might. That's why playing today is what makes it the most exciting part for her. And it's evident in set 1. And given there were a lot of unexpected circumstances, Kat says the Flying Titans will be putting everything that they have, not just to win this game, but to prove that all obstacles are worth overcoming. Let's go back to set 2.
Oo nga, no, ang hirap nga naman. Si-cheer ka, moral support. Wala ka namang, diba? Cheer ka sa bahay. And, ayun. Mahina naman ako mintindi. Tolentino with 7 points.
Well, imagine we're just in the beginning of the second set and she has 7 points already.
Diba, pag natakam kang matagal hindi naglaro, I score everything. Ako nakikita ko 12, 14 points or more. Nearly taking care. Oh, the wet by Dinamo! And listen to this crowd roar!
Serving 3.
This 1-2 play by Dina Wong. Nakita niya, it was just Del Palomata. Tapos humahabol lang dun sa block.
The key there is the walk. The walk away, di ba? After doing it, di ba? Remember that? Pag nakaganyan ka, sige, mahulog kayo dyan. It's just a volleyball thing. Oh! Tolentino is on fire!
Nicely done. That's Tolentino. This one a bit far away from the net and still managed to get that.
Tolentino with 8 points so far.
Yung mga, yan ang na-miss nila kay Kat eh. Pati yung back row attacks niya, kahit even in the front row, yung just, kumbaga, nasisira yung depensa ng kalaban and just able to dictate the rhythm.
Good point, yes. Basas fires, gets it to go! Suddenly the Choco blockers were out of place there. Watch this. Nowhere in sight.
Second position for PLDT. Number 17, Ceballos out. Number 5, Erica Santos in.
Erica Santos makes an appearance for PLDT here in the second set. We have the count currently at 4, serving against 6. Lazaro nearly overpassed. Wong with an on-2 attack, neutralized. Dina says, let's try this. Well done by Samonte. Bakit nasa akin, sabi niya. Dina says, let's try another one. Excellent attack and recovery by both sides. Sa gitna. Third longest exchange and out.
Of course, Erica Santos is a new addition to this team coming from DLSU. Just in the last UAAP, so very young, very new. Pero kinakapapa niya her way in.
Well, this is just the first year of us, first or second year of us going pro, and teams are still getting to know each other. Yung mga walang basic core, ano? And even those with cores have had some problems as well.
Now serving for PLDT, Erica Santos.
Erica Santos serves at 5 against 7. Good direction. Excellent spread out by Choco. Down and out.
Again, it's another off-the-block hit. This time by Isa Molde.
And now we arrive at the first technical timeout of your second set. Don't go too far away, please. Welcome back. The smart person who combined Central Menta, Mosi Ravena, and our crazy floor director, Larry Diaz, is probably pinching himself or herself right now and saying, what did I do wrong? 5 to 8, but it's a joyful time for us to be with you this afternoon, live with you in certain places. Those of you following elsewhere, hello as well. Great touch. Palo Mata is doing extremely well in this game.
That's right. And again, a point coming from an attack. Only a push.
Yung court sense niya maganda. Ha?
Alam mo, when she's active, talagang nakaka-intimidate.
Nag-adjust si Rhea, no? Sinukat. Close to the net, muntik siyang tumama!
Mommy Irene is very, I'm sure always naman, very proud to see Kat. And Kat is such a survivor in volleyball. 3 ACLs. And lahat ng setbacks, it's nothing to her. Nothing can stop her in improving her game. And ako lang very surprised ako na talagang nag-i-improve pa siya, nag-i-improve each time.
Meron pa isang level na napupuntahan, ano? In the middle, good combination by Choco. PLDT scampering. Reverse set by Dino Wong. Adjustment by Tolentino. Good strike. Then on the ground. Set up at the middle. Basas gets the corner.
Chin Basas, so far the leading scorer for PLDT with 7 points already.
Now serving Rhea D.
Rhea D. all set to serve. Si Rhea, no? UST days palang poise talaga. Di ba, no?
Very ladylike.
Nothing bothers her. Could have been a touch, huh? That's interesting. May have been a check.
8:39.
That could be there or downstairs, actually.
Nevertheless,
but you move on.
Give the score to PLDT, who gives it back to Choco Mucho.
10:38.
So it's nice to see in Choco Mucho having those runs kasi PLDT started this with this set actively. Pero ito, hinabol na naman ng Choco Mucho. Again, once again, snatching the tempo of the game.
Now, George Pasco is thinking, we gotta take this second set. Oh, look at that kick by Dina. She's going to be a member of the Philippine football team.
Actually, by Denden.
Denden. Baka kulang ang women's team, ha? Lazaro is available.
There you go.
And that's perfectly legal.
Yes. Liberos, everywhere, please watch this.
You can even do a sepak takraw shot in reverse. Ah, well done. Samonte knocks it in.
Jules Samonte finally with that kill, and we have known Jules to be parang one of the leaders of this squad when it comes to scoring.
Good point. Saka si Samonte, ganda magbasa ng depensa na sa net. Ano? Yung maliliit na puwang, pupunuin niya yan. And she's set to serve. Denden. Well played by PLDT. Basas fires. It's rejected.
Choco Mucho making sure that they guarded that net in this last play. Shane Basas wanted to go down the line, pero basang-basa ni Cherry Nunag. Nakita mo na halos nasa gitna na silang dalawa eh.
Let's remind everybody, this game is all the more important for Choco Mucho.
True.
With one game left against Petrogas, keep that in mind. They must win here today because ang ating next round will be made up only of the top 4 teams because we'll have 2 visiting teams that will join us for the next round.
That is right. That's why ang Choco Mucho kasi mas mahirap sa kanila because they have to win both games. Oh, the parents of Mika Reyes also watching.
Masarap naman ang forma nilang dalawa. Parang enjoy na enjoy. Alam mo ang kulang sa PLDT, one more weapon. It's all Basas so far. They need someone, a third striker here. Nice touch. Basas reaches with it. Set up by Rhea. This attack rejected. Rhea gets to it anew. Sent into the air by Reyes. Basas shot easily muzzled. This one won't cross.
And you know, Seb, kasi ang PLDT, kanina nga, I mentioned, di ba, isa sa mga advantage talaga nila in this conference is their blocking, yung dalawang middle blockers nila. Pero so far, hindi pa yan nagiging effective sa kanila. In fact, nagiging opposite. Itong Choco ang magandang blocking.
Ginagawa nandito, nawawala. Ngayon, for the past few points, mababang percentage na binibigay sa middle. Do you understand? Low percentage. Anong ginagawa? Dinadala sa pins and then pinipili to check it out. So anong gagawin natin? Advantage natin yun, so wag natin madaliin. Kasi pag na-touch natin, malaking bagay. Ang nangyayari lang, yung outside hitters natin, yung wing spikers, you should react right away. Okay? And middle, okay? Now, okay, one good receive tayo, and
We got this, yes. Regroup.
small goal, small goal. Small goal.
You know, it's also good to see in that timeout. As you
Our boss, Shooter Cuatro, enjoying the game. And I like to see all of them, no? Na, alam mo yung nakikita mo sila sa basketball before? Oh, of course, Sir Jonathan ng all smile. Mukhang nafe-feel niya yung vibe ng Choco Mucho in this match.
In the meantime, I'll get back to my point later on after this point. In the meantime, here's Mika Reyes. Reyes de Maculangan. Balamata, it's still very much in play. Here's the stretch and the easy over shot combination. Then the Lazaro is all over this floor. The touch inside and then running again.
Again, Kat Tolentino is just making her presence felt in this match from the very beginning. This time with a soft push just over the blockers and getting another point. So far, Kat Tolentino with 10 points already, partner.
Yes. And now this is where PLDT has to match Choco with the crowd and everything. It's the energy factor. In the meantime, Valentino adds another point.
time from the service line. She's just all over.
Alam mo, pag laro ka, matagal ka hindi naglaro. You want everything. I was just going to say earlier, it was good to see Mona Bagatsing in the CHOCO MUCHO huddle. Dati rin player yan, magaling maglaro yan. I remember in the league we used to cover, she was the best player once, but so now. In the meantime, Palomata continues to be unstoppable in the middle.
Well, Palomata, just a very strong kill coming from her.
Serving for PLDT, Chin Basas.
7 points.
But so far, no block points still from Palomata.
Yan yung sinasabi mo, importante sa kanila. No? Baka nilalayo rin ng CHOCO. On two!
Tina Wong, that 1-2. Once again, this time naman, nilagyan niya ng konting angulo.
Ito yung sinasabi mo sa akin matagal na Huwag mong laging gagawin ito.
Although nabasa pa nga ni Del, diba? Pero gusto naman ni Dina yun. Kasi nakita niya tumatalo na si Del doon. Konting angulo na lang.
That's Mona Bagatsing right in the middle of your picture there. Naku, kailangan ng diin ng konti yung palo ng PLDT. And look at this. We arrive at the second technical timeout. Mosi Ravena is absolutely correct. The swing, the momentum of this game so far belongs to CHOCO MUCHO. The road to the PBA starts right there, right here at the PBA D-League. And tutukan nyo ang PBA D-League Aspirants 2022 sa One Sports at sa PBA Rush. Gusto mo bang malaman ang latest happenings sa sports? Dito lang tayo sa nag-iisang go-to tambayan ng lahat. Like, follow us on social media at One Sports Philippines on all social media platforms.
13, serving 16.
Oh, team manager Baji Rosario for PLDT.
I don't know if he's worried or... But on
Pero ako natutuwa talaga ako like Baji played for Ateneo basketball, diba? Pero ngayon, dito siya sa volleyball, managing a team.
Yung yung tempo ng laro as Descheng comes in. You are so right. Yung tempo ng laro and the momentum has built up for CHOCO and the crowd helping them along.
Kanina, strong start na for high-speed hitters in the beginning of the second set. Pero wala, it was snatched away.
Yes.
Maybe in the fourth point.
When CHOCO got into its groove, Basas, medyo basang-basa na yung laro din kasi ng PLDT. Resetting their offense. Palomata is back.
Sherry Nunang is just doing a wonderful job at the net.
Napapaliw siya sa panel.
Sa ganda ng block.
Tingnan mo. Huli ka, tapos ito. The trick there is the twirl. And the smile. We're in a timeout.
Kuha ang bola, kuha ng bola. Tinitignan nyo lang eh. Hindi aangat ang bola kung tinitignan ninyo. Ilan yung dapat ma-recover natin na tinitignan nyo lang. Kaya pwede ba tayong aasa na mananalo tayo dahil maghihintay tayo ng error ng kalaban? Ladies, wake up, come on. Hindi yan ang game plan natin. Ang game plan natin walang babagsak na bola. Ang game plan natin manalo. Paano tayo mananalo kung hindi tayo magtatrabaho? yung sarili ninyo. Yan ba yung nilalaro natin? Come on, let's go!
There's a time for set plays, set pieces, and there's also a time to talk to the heart. And clearly, George Pasco is talking to his team's heart, right? Is it there? You need some energy to stay in step with CHOCO MUCHO here.
And plus they've been kumbaga winning because of their floor defense.
Correct.
Pero kanina pa, di ba, binabanggit nga natin, parang nawala in disarray sila in this match so far when it comes to depensa. Walang maganda halos na mga first balls. That's why they're not able to set up the hitters well. And you have to remember in the last game, 4 players from PLDT ang nag-double digit. Pero ngayon so far, halos close to double digit ay si Chin Basas pa lang with 8.
Yun na nga parang kulang ng producer ng points. So where will the production come from as well as the defense? It's 19 to 13 by De Leon, all set to serve for all of you.
Kanina we showed you it's a full house again.
Oh, yes.
Once again.
Not exactly as the Mall of Asia, but this is the home of volleyball. So, as Boom Gonzalez always likes to call it. In the meantime, happy birthday, Boom.
Oh, happy birthday.
Pakain. Ang daming tindahan ng pansit dyan, Boom. Short, and that was not crossover.
So, Rhea Dabacolangan, tama ka partner, has been going to Chin Basas kasi siya lang naman talaga yung lone responder to mga sets ni Rhea Dabacolangan.
Another timeout has been requested.
Lahat ng palo ninyo, di ba, inaabangan sa dulo-dulo. So, try naman natin mag-drop dito. Try na. Ang ginagawa nila, nilalak nila ang block. Tapos, tinatapon nila rito. So, lagay natin ng variation, hindi lang puro palo ng palo. Pwedeng off-speed dito, pwedeng drop ball dito. Same thing yung ginagawa nila. Pag naka-establish tayo, i-drop nila. Palo tayo ng palo. So, lagay natin variation yung atake natin. Okay? Dito ka magpambiya sa gitna kasi naka-establish ang dalawa dito ha. Magpambi ka sa gitna, Chin. Iwan dito, target 1 ha. Okay, let's go. Okay, PLDT.
Boy, there are days like that, you know, you don't, one, you probably don't know what's wrong. 2, where's the energy going to come from? 3, why is the other side so energetic? Well, it's understandable.
Well, I really think from the very beginning, ang CHOCO MUCHO took PLDT off their game plan.
That's a great point. That's
diba? Kaya
absolutely
nawala
correct.
Nawala sila.
Ang ganda ng umpisa ng PLDT, but they have not been the same since the first 4 points of that first set. De Maculangan looking for a scorer. It's dinked over. In the meantime, here's the strike. Molde, her shot being played out here. Ooh, that's a tough angle to work with. Down the middle we go!
Well, naman partner, it's a 9-2 run for CHOCO MUCHO.
Alam mo, not exactly fluid, but a point is a point is a point. Look, the reaction of Isa. Sorry. Parang we got a break there, but that was well crafted, no matter what the result. Into the net we go.
Well, from pagbitaw pa lang ni Bea, alam niya na yung medyo short. That's why hinabol niya. But nevertheless, it's a huge lead. 7-point lead for CHOCO MUCHO. The Flying Titans.
Hindi na mahabol ni Bea. Nabitawan na niya. Samantala, Ginoo is back in the service area, doing her duty, and that's not even going to work for them.
Right, even their service specialist. So service errors, CHOCO MUCHO with 7 and PLDT now with 6 service errors. Sino yun?
Ewan ko.
Sino ba yun?
Number 3.
You just like when other sports people, you know, come and watch volleyball and enjoy volleyball.
Well, it's been part of your family's life.
Oh, yes.
Ferdy Ravena, good to see him. In the meantime, here's Dina Wong. Excellent sets. One of the subjective statistical points we have. it's not really a scoring point. It's somebody registers this and identifies it as an excellent set. Samonte says, "Hi, Coach O."
And that's how it should be. You know, they have to challenge the blockers. You know that Choco Mucho has been blocking. The blocking is great on this side, pero you have to challenge it eh. Hindi mo pwedeng pabayaan. You have to find ways.
Sabi ni Jules, let's go, let's go. Here comes the usually composed Rhea de Maculangan at the net. Oh, yes, sir!
Alam mo yung old term dati sa atin, pag yung center sinusubo. Di ba? Sinusubo yung set dun sa quicker or dun sa middle blocker. Ito yun. Hindi nawang, with the right connection.
Their smile has grown wider and wider with each passing point. We are at set point, and that's watched by Isimolde. One set point saved by PLDT.
Serving for PLDT, Jules Samonte.
Uh-oh.
Services, Jules Samonte.
A moment of indecisiveness by Des Cheng. Am I going up? Am I going down? Watch this. Didik pass ba ako?
Na-miscalculate niya. But of course, we all know Des Cheng is one of the better receivers. Diba yung open hitter na magaling rin mag-receive.
Trying to make up for that. Ganda ng decision ni Dina. Bawi ka, bawi ka. The Maculangan skidding on the floor. That'll do it.
You can see Chin Basas risking it already, trying to go down the line, but it's wide on that try, though.
At the end of 2, Choco Mucho has a 2-0 lead. I have a sneaky feeling they knew we were coming today. And it's the music of ABBA and Dancing Queen. May dahilan eh.
Oh, talagang para sa atin. Ayan, pinaga naman.
Mabago, yan. But look at this. This has been the trend of this match.
Well, yes, you know, Choco Mucho playing so steady, dictating again the tempo of this match so far. Even if sinubukan na ng PLDT, no, everything in their arsenal. But really nothing working for PLDT so far.
They tried really hard, but the momentum has really stayed with Choco.
That's right. Despite nga yung mga hard hits ni Balumata na could really change things up. Pero hindi. Choco Mucho was just holding on to the momentum. And a lot of firepower. But it's really this girl, Kat Tolentino, changed siguro the game plan of PLDT from the start with their off-the-block hits, and eventually nga, parang meron pa siyang pushes. That's why look at the attack points of the Flying Titans. 14-8. Block points na sabi ko advantage dapat yan ng PLDT, pero so far wala pa rin tayong blocks from PLDT in this set, and the 3-block baliktad nang nangyayari.
Yes,
no?
true.
Luna guarding the net really well. And hindi lang sa hindi lang sa blocking, pati sa offense, 'di ba? Everything working well naman for the Flying
True.
Titans.
Ang dami ring weapons nitong kupunan ng Choco Mucho, and they have Tolentino in full gear here today as we welcome you to the third set, 2-set-to-love lead by Choco Mucho here underway. Now, PLDT needs to do something different here. Again, the block is there. Flying Titans of Choco Mucho get the first point of the third.
Solid block from Choco Mucho, and they have been steady on that department in this match.
Mika fires. Excellent skid to the floor by Gaston. Off-speed attack by De Leon. Too tight, but ginawa ng paraan. Denden. Oh, great stretch by Rhea. Unable to get to it. Let's send it to Alexis.
With a young team and a solid core who recently played for collegiate, Mika Reyes reminds the team not to underestimate the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, where they are pumped back and their complete six is now back. For this game, the PLDT high-speed hitters are focusing on the timing of attacks and receiving patterns based on the individual movements of the Titans. For Mika, PLDT is not yet there at the top, but they will do everything they can to bring themselves one step closer. Let's go back to set 3 as D-Max serves this set.
Our theme today was survival and moving forward, and both teams have that in mind with the tournament format of only 4 teams making it to the next round. It's been quite a challenge. Even a team that was undefeated for a while, like Signal, got hit the other day.
That's true, and again, if PLDT wins this one, they solidify the final 4 appearance.
And one of the things that has surprised many, but I'm not surprised with Coco Reyes around, is the way Army Mamba has been playing as well.
That's just a joy to see, di ba? Ano ba tayo? Kasi, syempre, we're also rooting for the players that we've seen for quite some time now, and then you see them play this way, di ba? Kondisyon na kondisyon. Just a joy to
I'm
see.
covering them on Saturday, and I'm not going to mention the average age. I know the women who will kill me if I mention that. Uh-oh. Dina Wong just doing a marvelous job in the middle, doing a variety of magical things. Oh! Right in the heart of the defense.
And you know what? Credit also Denden Revilla, because she has been all over, really guarding the back row so well and giving out passes na ang gaganda. That's why si Dina rin, na kumbaga mas nagiging madali rin kay Dina, no, to set the ball.
Which is the role of the libero, to iaabot niya yung bola, palalambutin niya yung bola, so that the second ball, when it arrives at the setter, becomes more manageable. In the meantime, Di Mapulangan, Reyes gets it to bite. I think they need to go more to Mika here.
Right. So far, that's Mika Reyes' 5th point.
Maybe not enough.
Yes, correct.
But Rhea might want to go in that direction. Look at what Scott has done at 50% so far.
Very high attack efficiency for Tolentino in this match.
When you come from nothing because you're not playing, that's a lot, and that's a big help. May diin pa rin yung palo. In the meantime, Basas, boy, she had to adjust in the air. Captain play. Oh, cleanly done. Well done. Ceballos knocking it in.
Viola Ceballos has Again, di ba? That's why we interviewed her kanina because she's been really steady for Coach George Pascua.
And
Pero
veteran
ngayon,
na rin eh.
oo, ngayon kailangan nila. Lalo na at this stage.
They
Yung mga puntos niya.
That's so true, and they need points from Samonte, Reyes, Basas, and Ceballos, and that serve is not going to help, however.
9:33.
Coaching staff shaking their heads. They don't want to say anything about the missed serve.
Duki Gonzanya new screens. Kumbaga, hindi pa rin talaga kompleto tao Choco Mucho despite nakita na natin si Descheng, nakita na natin si Tolentino, pero si Duque naman ang mamimiss nila. Although, Cherry Nuna really doing great this match so far. Well, ito na ang pinag-usapan natin. Den Revilla, 14 excellent dicks and 7 excellent receptions. And more importantly, the leadership inside the court.
Stability ni Den, such a reliable player. In the meantime, there's a whistle. May have been
a net touch.
Ooh, net touch.
6:34.
That is one of those. Oh, it was downstairs after the toss of the pass, really. And that's one of the violations nobody wants to admit. Ask any volleyball player.
Siyempre, if you can get away with it, di ba?
Hindi, ang layo ko, ha. Ang diin, ang palo ni Fiona. Long.
5:76.
So, Coach Oliver, sinasabi niya, paluin niyo na ng malakas because that last time out, si Pongkay was trying to go off speed lang, no? Nagtatry to touch sana doon sa blockers ng PLDT.
And Coach O doesn't want to go to another set. This one is somebody's at the line already. Then didn't know that somebody had already crossed the line behind her.
That was Pina.
Eto, tumawid din. Nangapit bahay, as we like to call it in volleyball. Alala ko pa nung araw. No trespassing, ha? No trespassing. Here's Basas. Uh-oh. Reception problem. Two players going for it. Molde and Lazaro grappled with it.
7-6.
Ganda ng development ni Chin Basas, ano? From
Well, college pa lang naman, you saw her potential already. She wasn't very flashy, but very effective.
Nice set. You can tell from the set that good things will happen. Watch this.
And actually, it's from the pass, diba? From the first ball.
Remember, that move reminds me so much of Janet Serapica. Remember those long fingernails or fingers? Fingernails, the fingers. I love. Wow! Look at this.
And this has been the story of this match so far. That Choco Mucho is just guarding the net so well, partner.
Yes, indeed. And we have arrived at the first technical ceasefire of the third. There was a concern from our production staff if I could read the Twitter posts. And that's why we will ask the younger member of this panel to do it for us.
Oh, ito na yung question natin. Who do you want to see step their game up in this match? So, ito na from, ano ba to?
Lerart.
Lerart. Yeah, last 2 games para sa akin ang nag-step up talaga ay si Captain Bright. Tama. Grabe ang willingness na ibuhos niya, dedikasyon niya sa team. Siyempre, tulong din ni Dina at lahat ng Choco Mocho team. Diba?
Yeah.
At next naman.
Sige, tuloy mo, partner.
Oh, Buster Vic Doncic. I wish to see Bea De Leon step up in today's game. Parang nangyayari yan. She is the captain for a reason, and we all know that she had a low-scoring games this quarter, but Choco Mocho needs to awaken the beast in order for them to win. Mukhang awaken siya to
I think that's happening right now. And this one, look at this.
Hush 22, I am excited for Kat Tolentino's comeback. Her stat is still consistently good despite missing 2 games prior. I'm sure she'll step up in this match. Laban Titans. Parang tama naman ang una.
Magaling ng basa ng ating mga taga-subaybay. And thank you very much for those tweets and keep them coming. 8-9 is the count. Now, PLDT playing a little more consistently of late since the technical timeout. That's blocked. And PLDT grabs a 2-point lead.
Ito yung kailangan balikan ng PLDT. They have to compete with the Titans, the Flying Titans, when it comes to net defense.
Good point, yes.
Unang-una sila nga yung, kumbaga maayos yan, ano? That's one of their biggest advantage in this match. Pero nangyayari kabaliktaran. So they just have to go back to that.
Kailangan magsipak din sila today. In the meantime, that is chased down by Viral is there. But PLDT unable to get to it.
Now serving Bea De Leon.
Bea De Leon is in your service area. There's her dad.
Oh, syempre, always very supportive.
I remember the first time we met Bea De Leon years ago, and we met her dad.
Oh, si Daddy Elmer.
And since that day on, he's always been there. Palomata in a tossing joust there. Where is Dina going? It is rejected, and PLDT beginning to lock the doors in that space above the net.
This time, Del Palomata reading this quick hit very well. Kasi yung palo naman ni Cherry Nunag that time, diretso eh. Kaya napakadali naman i-block ni
Basang-basa niya.
Palomata.
Parang ang laki ng bola. Here's Palomata from the service roll. Palomata got the Mika, and here's a slap from the back row by Fiona. Hule, tinaas ni Denden. Nice touch by Rhea de Maculaman.
This time it's Rhea with that 1-2.
Much more solid game by PLDT here in the third, Mosey. Butas na butas. We have a timeout. Coach all requesting for it.
Gusto mo siyang gawin, pwede ka na mag-running ngayon. Okay, she can do here, she can kahit nandito yan, kahit dito pumalo yan, kahit dito pumalo si Kat, pwede yan. Okay, anong percentage nangyayari? Nabablock tayo eh. So bakit? Kasi nawawala yung zero tempo. Pangalawa, nawawala yung risk ng palo. Hit hard! Nilalagay lang natin yung bola eh. So nangyayari, malaki yung nasa harap. So ibig sabihin, pabablakin niya talaga yan. Okay, so again. Okay, right fundamentals muna. Target the 15. Let's go.
Hey, Titan! Right!
You can correct me if I'm wrong. Choco must be one of those teams that doesn't say tara-tara. I've been watching most of their games, and most teams tara-tara-tara. Not Choco.
Parang, kumbaga, may urgency, di ba? But narinig mo si Coach Oliver, sabi nga niya, lagyan ng lihis, no? It's a 5-1 run by PLDT. Well, ito na, na-stop ng Choco Mucho.
And Tolentino continues to be prolific.
Yan talaga yung partnership on the side of the Flying Titans. It's really Dina and Kat Tolentino. And in our pregame, Pongay mentioned the heart. Di ba kung sinong feeling niya heart of the team? And she said it's Kat Tolentino nga daw.
Rhea. Did she get the line? Yes, she did. Yes, she did. That's a tough angle to work with.
13-10. Now serving Rhea Di Macunagan.
Here's a quick look at that last play. Ang sikip ng dinaanan ni Jules. So, tingnan mo, oh, bang!
That's what's going to happen now. Dahil maganda blocking ng Choco Mucho, kailangan mag-risk talaga ang PLDT.
Correct, correct. On the money. Give it to me, she says. Give it to me all day long. Ilan na yan? 14?
Number 1, Isa Molde.
Well, Kat Tolentino now with 18 points already, partner.
Short na ako ng 4. I said she'd make about 14. She's way beyond that already. In the meantime, Basas got to it. Here's the shot on target. Samonte has fired well here in the third. Her team ahead by 3. Watch this again.
Now serving Jules Samonte.
Well, partner, what's important for PLDT high-speed hitters is not to give up. You know, even if they're 2 sets down, they're still in this match. And kailangan na bumalik ka, no? Sabi ni Coach George kanina. Nawawala kasi yung, kumbaga wala sila sa game plan eh.
Alam mo, nangyayari sa team standings. It's that 4th spot which is becoming the most interesting battle area. Army has a game this weekend. Everybody seems to have a game. We have a 3-game schedule this coming weekend, so those will be pivotal. This one is, especially for the life of Choco Mucho.
Well, so far, I think ang, kumbaga, ang sure pala is Signal, no?
Yeah.
And that final 4.
Action continues. It's in play. The push set. Arado doing a good job. Track down. This is the 4th longest exchange. Into the back row. Isamolde is there. Here comes the attack by Gaston. Tight. Basas!
Kumontra Chempo si Tin Basas going for that push.
15 serving 12. Now serving Mika Reyes.
Alam mo, kailangan magbabasa ka rin eh. Kasi kung puro hataw, madaling in-neutralize yan eh. Samantala, ito ang magsaserve si Mika Reyes. Mika taking her time. Ooh, she missed the end line. He was really going long.
13 serving 15.
As a coach na wala kang magagawa doon. You know, those errors happen because may tina-target. Not because they want to waste the serve. No, I'm sure they don't. But they're targeting something. Hindi, at this level, hindi lang serve yan na ipasok eh.
Saka hindi lang malakas na serve. There's also target. But Del Palomata once again, now our 8th point of the ball game.
And PLDT threatening to keep this game going and trying to derail Choco Mucho.
Observing for PLDT, Chin Basas.
Chen Basas will be in the service area. It's PLDT ahead here in the third. Down in the set count nonetheless. Too close, but Dina makes the adjustment in mid-flight. Di Makulangan. That's rejected, reset, recalibrated. Palomata feeling it.
And it's just a joy to watch, no? Na Rhea Di Makulangan knows when and how to give the ball to a very tall Del Palomata. Pagdating dun sa gitna, she puts it away from the net. That's why parang yung vision ni Palomata, better talaga, bird's eye view, di ba?
She, Rhea, even when she was young with UST, usually had very tall teammates. Up to the, inabot pa niya si Riri Meneses, di ba? So in the meantime, action continues, 4-point lead by PLDT. That's a check ball.
Bongay, off the block. Kaya kanina pa sinasabi ni Coach Oliver, really go for it. Kumbaga, lakas mo yung palo because they've been winning it yung off the block.
The muscle man, Vic Manuel, is in the building.
Wow.
Break from basketball. They won last night against Blackwater to move into the next phase of the PBA Philippine Cup playoffs.
Alam mo malamang yan, yung mga girlfriends, mga wives, yan yung mga nagyayaya sa kanila.
Alam mo yan,
Ako naman, di ba? Third naman nila.
Pinanood na kita kagabi.
Good job!
14.
I like it when those two worlds combine. Antayin mo yung sineset up ko yung Rabenas against the Ildefonsos. ang nakataya doon, buffet.
Oo.
Laka ko, lalaban yung libero ng bahay nyo. May utang pa ako doon,
Oo. Maniningil na.
Malapit na yun.
Now serving Bea De Leon.
Back to this game, Bea De Leon at the service line.
Pwede ba akong sumagot sa kanya? May trabaho ka na, wag na. Magagalit siya. 18-15. In the meantime, setup job. Palomata. Madiin ang palo dito sa third.
Pero good dig there by Pongay.
Lumipad. Nasalo. Ganda ng posisyon ni Arado sa ilalim. Palomata makes a decision to pass it over. Another long exchange between two sides. Back row strike.
Oh, I like that play from PLDT.
Iniba tempo, no?
Correct. Akala mo ibibigay kay Del Palomata, pero look at Rhea Di Makulangan.
Now serving for PLDT.
Pumunta lang kay Fiona Ceballos.
And that is the point of the play from the pipe. To create chaos on defense. Para magkagulo yung depensa.
Bantay nga kasi yung net ng Choco Mucho. That's why hirap na hirap sila. They have to be creative.
Correct.
Diba, with their plays.
Mika battling in the middle. Back row strike. Palomata uses those long arms. Good long rally again. Palomata fights for it. She's everywhere on this floor. And that's inside for Choco.
The patience of Choco Mucho paying off in this last play.
Serving for Choco Mucho, Dina Wall.
Kasi if you're Choco, you don't want to give PLDT a chance. You don't want them to resuscitate here.
And plus, pagdating sa dulo, when it comes to pag nagbilangan ng puntos, diba?
Yeah.
Ng points, magiging important.
Wala na yung space sa score sheet para kay Kat Tolentino.
I'm sure brother Vince, who is in the house, is
yeah.
just too happy to see Kat playing this way on her, I don't know, comeback.
Oh! You have arrived when you have the Wongsters. Diba? You have arrived. Pagka may D na yung fans club mo.
Pag naka-start natin sa block, hindi niya babalik, tinatrap niyo. So, dayain din natin. Kanina na pa ginagawa yun. So, isa is enough, di ba? Pangalawa, dapat alam natin kung ano gagawin natin. Hindi siya paulit-ulit. Hindi yan. So, one good pass mo na and then atake tayo. Coach, bilisan mo na yung bala mo. Ang pinakamaraming area na open nila doon sa position nila.
Okay, coach. Tuloy lang.
Okay? Go! Ready? Dalawa lang yun, dalawa.
This is it sounds redundant now, but a timely timeout by George Pasqua. Medyo umaarangkada na naman itong Choco eh.
Hindi talaga magbibigay eh. Na, I guess even Choco Mucho mindful sila of yung pwedeng mangyari. If this goes long, mag 5-setter kasi nga sa tulo, baka pwedeng sa points eh.
Yeah.
Ang calculation, diba? So you want to win it in 3.
You know, they lost out in the bronze medal in the previous conference to Signal. I remember. Oh! There is a wall on that side of the floor.
Once again, so effective in the middle. Reading that Jules Samonte cross-court hit.
In play, Di Maculangan, Samonte rejected, but it's out.
What a game!
Nona,
I mean, like,
Nona, kasi binibining Pilipinas smile all afternoon. Huh? Kahit magkamali, kahit ano, okay lang. Which is the best attitude, actually. Here comes Rhea, poised to 7.
18 excellent sets for...
Oh, boy.
Oh, but she throws that one away. So it's a deadlock here in the third set. Or...
That is an experienced look by the back row there. Napaganda yung basa.
Tsaka sinundan eh. Sinundan
Good
yung
point.
ball.
Yeah.
Sinundan yung bola. That's why it was easier to calculate whether it was in or out.
Walang hulaan.
Yes.
Diba? Wendy Semana returns to the game. Lisa Moldes serving. Look at this. Choco has knotted the score. Semana reverses. Long. And look at this. Choco Mucho and Maddie Madayag enjoying. She can dance.
Oh, and akala ko swimmer eh. Ang laki talaga ng upper body, pero...
You know?
Wala pa si Maddie dito, ha?
You know, if she decided to become a swimmer rather than a volleyball player, she would have a great head start in the pool. And good counter by PLDT.
And you see Jules Samonte just trying anything and everything to save this set for them to continue on in this match.
You know what I like about PLDT? They're in this third set, not because they're leading, they're looking at Choco straight in the eye, saying not that easy here today.
Substitution for PLDT number 4, Samonte out. Number 1, Heather in. Now serving for PLDT, Heather Ginoo.
Ginoo, all set to serve. It's tied at 21. Tight, close. And it's off Tolentino. PLDT takes a step forward at 22-21.
So you just feel that PLDT is not giving this up easily.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And Coach O, I believe, has just pressed the timeout buzzer.
Good, nakaka-receive tayo. Okay. Galing sa timeout, baka hinaan muna yung serve, baka ipasok lang. Now we're doing good. Walang problema kung kumombinasyon ka, Dina. Walang problema kung makita ka nila dito. Wala din problema ito. Ang importante, high percentage tayo, pero meron tayong coverage. Now, pag nakadepensa sila, anong percentage na binibigay nila? Sino nasa harap na middle? Si Mika. Pag magandang receive, papasok Mika. Pero dito muna unang option. Sa opposite, dumepensa muna tayo. Okay? Huwag tayong magmadali sa balikan, ha? Girls, strong character, ha? Strong character.
Patience.
Titan!
Patience.
So typical of his timeouts. Organizes it, And then while the women are going bananas, tara-tara-tara, and whatever, he says, makinig, here is my final point, because that is most likely the one the players will remember.
Well, maririnig mo dun sa timeout, no? While Coach George is trying to risk it dun sa mga palo nila and putting in Wendy Semana, si Coach Oliver naman, sinasabi niya, porsyento. Diba? Ang importante.
At this stage of the match, yes. And coming off a timeout, ang ganda ng basa ni Coach O na baka ipasok lang yung serve. Arocha back in to serve. Sails in cleanly. Oh, well done. Basas continues to score. 11 points.
Avoiding the blockers on the other side with this almost a hot shot.
Excellent elevation, and she hit it not on the height, but a bit on the way down, which throws off the blockers. 1 point lead. Yes, that's it. That's it. That was in. That was clearly in. No question. Na-misjudged the back row. They thought it was going out. Watch.
It was a beautiful serve actually.
Yes.
Napakaganda because yung yung floater niya was going to the right.
Oh, good
Kaya
point.
kahit sinusundan nila parang umiiwas yung bola.
Yes. Then keeps it in play. They will send it for a free ball over to the other side. Semana. That is going to count. And we will need another set.
PLDT takes set number 3, 25-22. CHOCO
Watch it again.
2 sets to 1.
Oh, nicely done. This is how, ito na yung risk na sinasabi natin. Look at that sharp cross-court hit once again coming from Basas. That's the second time, both earning a point.
And for all the reasons we mentioned, this is going to be a long one.
We're back at the game between the CHOCO MUCHO Flying Titans and the PLDT High-Speed Hitters. This is an extended game. It's, set number 3 went to PLDT. It was looking like another set for CHOCO MUCHO, but at the end of this set, PLDT was just able to get their group. Important points scored by Chin Basas and also Del Palomata, and ending it with two open hits from Chin Basas Basas with that cross-court hits. That's why they were able to take that set. And then look at the attack points. Back numbers for the high-speed hitters, 15 to 10. And block points finally. Itong PLDT may block points na with 3, although CHOCO MUCHO having 1 more. And service aces more for PLDT. And errors, 5 for CHOCO MUCHO and 7 for PLDT. But again, doon sa dulo, no, na-decide yung set na yon. Mga important points and important substitution siguro for Coach George also. And we mentioned nga yung risk factor that they took at that third set.
That was a good point. And ang ganda nung yung serve ni Mika Reyes was one of the
highlights of that third set.
Nagtinginan yung Choco eh. Akala ko out. Until the whistle blows, it's never. But they were out of position, to be fair. And you're right, yung serve, it just floated and curled it.
Saka crucial yung yung palo ni Chin Basas. A set on the opposite side, with the short cross-court hits.
Now, it's a very shaky start by CHOCO MUCHO here in the fourth. And sometimes a hangover, I have no other word for it, a hangover from a third set that could have been theirs, and this game would have been over already, might be still affecting them. In the meantime, this one is wasted though.
So another service error, just a lot coming from PLDT. Well, CHOCO MUCHO had their own.
Now serving for the Flying Titans, Isa Molde.
You're just joining us. CHOCO MUCHO took the first 2 sets, and the last set, the third, obtained by PLDT by the closest of margins. Rhea is close to the net. Oh, ang lupit nun. Isa pa! And the level of play of PLDT has improved tremendously in the last 2 sets. In the meantime, Basas wants it, but they go, yes, Basas got it, and they got it from the baseline.
And Chin Basas has been going down the line, cross-court, just trying to help out their teammates.
Cleanly done. Let's go to Alexis Tinsay.
Just like you mentioned, PLDT high-speed hitter Chin Basas, who just ended the last set with her powerful attack, told me na hindi sila dapat magpapadistract sa crowd who is set to cheer for CHOCO MUCHO. As much as they're not a fan favorite, Chin wants to prove that their heart is in this competition just as much as the Titans. Sinabi sa akin ni Chin na for this game, she will focus on cut na porsyento ng CHOCO MUCHO, kaya naman blocking talaga ang kanilang pinagpo-focusan. Let's go back to set 4.
PLDT races to a 3-point lead here in the fourth. Jules Samonte and company have been patient here in this game. If there was a term for it, they could have simply rolled over and brought their tents home, but they have stuck tough here. However, CHOCO MUCHO takes that point. It's now 2 against 4 here in the fourth.
Now serving Cherry Luna.
So ito ay mo mangyari, partner, if you're CHOCO MUCHO, to give that momentum and yung bumalik dun sa game plan nitong PLDT or answer nga yung binibigay ng CHOCO MUCHO sa kanila.
Ceballos with a mighty heel, neutralized nonetheless. Combination. Using an elbow, tabi dyan, sabi ni Rhea. Basas firing, and they set this up. It's rejected. There's a different satisfaction when you get the block, as in this case.
May ganun yung solid block. Iba yung satisfaction ng ganun eh. Yeah, ito kanina pa natin hinahanap to from the middle blockers of PLDT. Ito nga si Mika Reyes and also si Del Palomata.
And it's more of their block points, as you mentioned.
In fact, that is the first block point of Mika Reyes in this match.
Minsan kasi yung rotation hindi rin nakakatulong kasi most of the serves have been on the way of CHOCO MUCHO. Battle at the net. Palomata wins out. Oliver Almagro needs to regroup his team.
mag-react doon sa bola eh. Yung nawawala yung bola awareness, sport awareness eh. Eh, Ponggay, ha? Bumabalik sa atin ang bola. Naintindihan? Okay. Again, nire-remind ko lang kayo, again, nawawala yung bola awareness court. Tamo, nasa taas yung bola. Hinihintay pa natin kung sino kukuha. We have to move right away. Okay, pangalawa, Kat. Dina, look. Look. This is the block that they have. Okay? Look, ito ang block. Nandito na kaagad, oh. Ito si Kat, oh. Nagbabantay na dyan, nandito na kaagad yung isa. So, nagsa-sidestep lang yung isa, eh. Okay? Nagsa-sidestep. Now, yung middle natin, kailangan ma-approach na maayos. Hindi kailangan malakas.
Let's go! Go! Say, Titan! Tara, tara, tara!
Ayun, may tara-tara din.
Still serving for PLDT, Mika Reyes.
Hinanak mo talaga.
Oh, he's beginning to miss it, you know. Tara. And 6-2. 6 serving against 2. Mika Reyes in the service line, on the service line. Which she uses all the way back, really. Basas had a hand on it. Ceballos, medyo lumalalim. Muli din yung palo ni Fiona.
Yan eh, yung nakukuha na nila yung rhythm nila. Talking about PLDT. Which actually was erased by Choco Mucho in the first and the second set.
Correct.
7-32.
Nagbalasan ng konti si Oliver Almagro, ano? In the meantime, it's Mika Reyes serving very deep to the back row. The set. Pushed up with one hand. Di makulangan. Basas, long. Oliver wants to try something different at this point. De Maculangan, Palomata, then Lasro, right there. And there's a double block there.
18 Veray now inside for Choco Mucho. Yan yung balasag sinasabi ko nga. But solid block coming from PLDT.
Iba yung laro ng PLDT dito as we pause for this technical break.
Serving for PLDT, Chin Basas.
Players from Cherry Tigo are already in the wings. They go up against Creamline later on. 8-3 tally here in the fourth set. Choco Mucho with a 2-1 lead in the set count. De Maculangan, Palomata. Viray got to it, and that's out of reach. Tolentino continues to register points.
And once again, going back to that off-the-block hit. It was a single block from Del Palomata.
Nakatuwa si Kat. She has her full emotions. Nothing being kept here.
Well, I guess she knows naman yung value of this
I
match.
think so too. And just to be back also. It's a set. It's a shot. Dina Wong. Madiin yun.
And this is what they need at Choco Mucho. Isa molde. just challenging the blockers on the other side kasi gumaganda na yung blocking ng PLDT eh. So kailangan gawan mo rin ng paraan na again, yung ma-disrupt mo lang yung system na yan, yung systematic blocking ng PLDT.
And in that slow-mo of direct Alneri, you could see that Dina and Isamolde were moving at the same time. That did not cross over. I miss the curly look of Isamolde. Remember that in her UP days? Fiona has risen to the occasion here. Just shows you kung tagal na natin kino-cover itong mga ito, which is a delight. One-handed pickup. Uh-oh. Alarm clock. Hello.
Oh!
Yes, into the corner.
Bea De Leon. Again, connecting. Alam mo, in the beginning, di ba, sa first set, nakita natin, Bea De Leon, so active. Natahimik ng konti. Pero ito, again, with another point on the cross-court hit.
When Bea wants it, she usually gets it. Good play. Better defense on the other end. Oh!
And this is the extra help that CHOCO MUCHO needs. Yung parang points coming not from Kat Tolentino.
Yes, that's a great observation. Let's try to sneak in and eavesdrop.
Maging ready.
Kung yung block natin nag-glide, mahirap dumipay sa yung nasa likuran. Kaya nyo lang, parang ginawa nyo kanina. Timing lang yan eh. Hindi naman siya natin minamadali eh. So, i-start kayo sa base. Naintindihan? And then, Del, dinadalawa na si Del. Pwede kang mag-running dito. 5 ka rito, isa rito sa dulo. Liwanag. Then yung block sa quick, sa block. Pasok na kagad sa sabay, ha? Let's go.
We've got a good one for you, and we hope you are relishing this. No matter where you're catching us, Sab Sarmenta, Mosi Ravena, Ai, and Alexis Tinsay here. I can never call her Alexis. I know I'm trying very hard. Ai is
Kahit sa recitation, gano'n.
Tinsay.
Still serving for the Flying Titans, Bea De Leon.
Miss Tinsay. Bea De Leon. Boy, if there was an intensity queen, it would have to be this young woman.
CHOCO MUCHO now with a 4-1 run.
And it's on your screens. You can see that. She was waiting for the whistle. You know, like Rachel Andakis slams the ball. Si Bea, parang she's talking to the ball. Off the block. Nunag is there. So is Mulder. What a comeback by CHOCO MUCHO.
Right. Look at Isamolde go for that push. Nagka-miscue kasi si Rhea inabot pa yung bola but there was actually support behind her. There was coverage.
That's what she has done so far. Why not? But it doesn't cross over.
And you can see yung approach ni Isamolde na she's really going for it, di ba? Every time, at least in that last play. Kaya nakaka-fake din siya with her, yung mga drop balls niya.
She's a good reader at the net, actually. Here's Palamata. Uh-oh.
Service ace still by the Mata.
And it's off Kat Tolentino. I I think the moment of indecision created the error rather. Watch this. Hindi naman.
Side race kasi, yan talaga, it's hard to get the ball. Lalo na yung malakas na serve.
Oo, pag nandiyan ka, kita mo, kukurba yan, yung lakas niyan. Magaan ang volleyball, compared to other sports. Compared to the white rubber ball we used to play with. Tagal natin dun, single coverage.
Jules Samonte reading that well.
Iba talagang satisfaction of a defensive stop. Watch this.
18 Peray. Straight to the hands of Jules Samonte.
Del Palomata. Dina doing the Dina special. Back row attack. Makulangan. Block. Reset. Recalibrated. Close and tight. Joust. Hala. Order na tayong pizza. Happy birthday, Boom Gonzales. Tagal nito. Natapos.
Finally, Jules Samonte at the end of that long rally. Ganda nung nung area where Jules put that ball.
You know what I've loved always of Jules Samonte? Fine carry.
So kapag nasa net sila ni Dina, nagkakatawanan pa silang dalawa Parang may mga
Hello.
trash talking ba? Hindi naman siguro. For a friendly talks. Lucky break there, Del Palomata.
Because look at this. Dina already made her setter's turn. You won't see it there, but she had already made the turn. Can't blame her. Can't blame everybody else. It crawled on the net. Sometimes luck helps. Quick conference and probably position. Look at the run by PLDT.
Kanina, Choco, now it's PLDT's turn to make that 5-0 run.
Samonte, Makulangan. Samonte dinks it over. Dina Wong. Molde. Back row battle. Dig pass.
Molde, that's her 11th point in this ball game.
Now serving, Dina Wong.
Dina takes a moment here. So far, 19 excellent sets. Middle strike. Then Lazaro. Makulangan. Passes. Then again. Then again, but out of reach.
Let's look at the celebration of Mika Reyes and Jules Samonte. They'll finally, talagang napigilan nila si Kat Tolentino on this last play. It's not an easy thing to do. Kat Tolentino has been unstoppable so far in this match.
Okay, George, relief more than anything, more than celebrating. Relief. We got that point and we have a 6-point lead here in this crucial fourth. Dito mawid. We arrive at the second technical timeout. All the boards set. Didn't I tell you we'll go all the way here? Could be. Stay tuned for that. Bakbakan mo ito. 16-9 ang ating talaan dito sa fourth set. At ito, survival and advancing and moving forward from where you are. The themes of today's first game. May gigil ka ng konti.
And also, she wasn't in the best position to hit that ball, or probably she wanted to go for a check. And a no-go, ito na yung balasa ni Coach Oliver. You see Jeff Ferrer coming in para maiba lang siguro yung tempo, no? Tsaka yung diskarte dun sa loob.
Yes, and Jen, the veteran setter.
Kasi na-address na ng PLDT yung ginagawa sa kanilang Choco Mucho.
That is
Now
so
it's
correct.
time yung counter naman ng Choco Mucho ang aabangan natin.
Nabasa. And that blocking you had insisted PLDT should do is now there.
That's right. Nag-iba talaga, di ba? Yung game nila when they were more solid or active at the blocks. Yung blocking nila and also yung floor defense
Yes.
nila mas tumibay.
And that's what you don't want to see when you're playing against Mika Reyes, when she's beginning to celebrate. Can be demoralizing, actually, because she's done something absolutely brilliant. In the meantime, they got to it. Lazaro makes it a set, the strike from the rear. Bit problematic, they make do. Oh boy. And Salmonte gets a break. It's now a 10-point lead.
Yan yung literal, I won't go down without a fight.
Yes.
Ayan.
Yes. And that's been the kind of game Jules Samonte brings each time. Look at Professor George. I will call you that.
Wag. Sabi sa iyo, kasi pag nandito nagagaling, diretso yan. Kung gusto, pag nandito ka nanggaling, pwede pa to eh. Ito lang, pwede yan. Okay? Kasi nangyayari hindi na siya umaalis dyan. Kaya bakit siya hindi umaalis dyan? Kasi inaabangan niya na isang side step, pupunta siya dito. So kinakailangan natin, Jem, Dina, kailangan natin gumalaw talaga, as in gumalaw. Hindi pwedeng tayo eh. Okay, naintindihan?
It's not
okay.
over.
Sige, isa-isa lang muna. Punggay, kilos. Nakita natin gumalaw. Attempt. Okay, well, let's go, let's go.
Come on. Work together, girls, ha? Hey, Titan! Let's go!
Now, if you're Choco Mucho down by 10, there's no such thing as the coaches will tell you 1 point equals 10. So it's one step at a time. De Maculangan, even then Lazaro Revilla can't get to it, and Mika Reyes beginning to feel it.
Now you feel the confidence, di ba, with the players of PLDT. You see that they have harder hits, di ba? Mas magaganda na yung
That's a good
palo
point,
nila, yung
yes.
decision-making nila inside.
And the connection between Rhea and her attackers now a little firmer and more confident. That's even a better point, partner. In the meantime, Molde sends it airborne. Too tight. That's too tight. Boy, you are always scared when Tolentino goes that protection in the middle of the net.
Grabe, yung hindi ka talaga mahinga when that happens. And God, she's okay, but you see this check also coming in for Kat Tolentino.
Number 2, yes, champion.
This is both strategic and tactical. Because if we go 5 sets, I want Tolentino at least rested for now. Because this might be out of reach at 21-9. Jem Ferrer checking the horizon. Same thing with the entry of Jem Ferrer, actually, for Dina Wong. Still in play. De Maculangan. Reyes. And her name has been mentioned many times in this fourth set.
And she's been getting points from like this swipe of the block from the blockers or hard hits, just like a while ago. So, nakita mo yung kumpiyansa, tumaas talaga after that third set win.
I think she was also a tad disappointed. Kulang siya sa bola nung early part of the match.
Kasi walang first ball eh.
That's
diba?
an even better
passing.
point. Oh, yes! Whipping it good. Take a second look.
Number 16, Don Ponce.
Through 2 blockers.
We also see Dang Ponce inside for Denden Lazaro.
Now,
23, serving high.
Oliver is thinking of the 5th set. But credit PLDT and the way they plot back into the match here. Mika battling. Timakulangan spinning. Reyes firing. I think,
Right on that side, oh.
but she had some space to operate in. A little too strong though.
Sherwin Meneses waiting for this game to be over, and it's his turn.
Alam mo naman yan, nag-aantay lang yan. O sige, 1 pass lang tayo.
Sabi ni Coach O, tsaka ni Coach George, sandali lang, mamaya
Magkanta ka, huwag ka na muna, diyan ka lang. Nagkakasarapan pa dito. Andin, ang palo ni Samontes.
And Jules Samontes did it on the opposite side.
Now at set point.
Samontes with 15 points.
Sa kabila naman pinalo ni Jules.
Ang ganda, ang gusto ko kay Samontes yung kamay niya, no? Yung hindi lang isang direksyon eh.
Yun yung development niya sa total, diba?
Totoo yan.
Dito sa PLDT. It's fun to watch.
Ceballos. Steady hands, Sobrado. Oh, yes, sir! We go 5-5-5.
Partner tayo na naman ba ito? But let's take a look at this last play once again. Ceballos just oozing with confidence on that last play.
We needed more weapons for PLDT. Samontes, Ceballos, everybody coming to the fore. We will need a deciding 5th. Don't go too far away. We have just been informed this looks very familiar.
Well, nakita na rin natin to. Nandun sa last game din ng PLDT, nagkaroon din sila ng score na 25-11.
Laban sa Army.
Yes. Pero it was just a no turning talaga, no, for PLDT after they won that third set. And which was actually yung third set din, doon lang sa dulo eh, diba?
Correct.
Doon lang sa dulo talagang nanalo ang PLDT. But it continued dito sa fourth set. That confidence just gave them this win. And a lot of better plays coming from them because of better passing. And that's why si Rhea, no, mas nadalian na siya na ibigay yung bola. That's why you can see Mika Reyes scoring. And Jules Samonte had a better look with yung mga blockers niya from the other side. Low low attacking set dito for both squads. Only 7 for the Titans and 10 for PLDT. Pero dito bumawi ng todo-todo ang PLDT. Block points 5 to none. Diba? And service aces 4 for PLDT on that set. And pagdating sa errors, even yung Flying Titans had more. In fact, double the output of PLDT on that last set.
Now, if you're Choco Mucho, you gotta dig in deep. You gotta forget the last 2 sets. You gotta get back to your game.
Clean slate dapat,
Yep.
diba?
It's just a race to 15. Short, sweet, and off and running. The nice thing for PLDT, they have momentum from the last 2 sets.
That is correct. And as we saw them get that momentum towards the last portion of the third set, hindi na nila binatawan, Seb.
Totoo
That's
yan.
why it was a dominating fourth set for PLDT.
That serve by Mika Reyes was a turning point. Parang, oh yes, we can do something here. And the Makulangan, you're correct, suddenly regained their confidence as a setter. In the meantime,
Kahit yung bunot ni Coach George kay Wendy, diba?
True,
In that third
true.
set.
now bad start by Choco Mucho here.
2-0 PLDT.
Suddenly they seem heavy here. The energy they had in the first 2 sets is not there.
Right, yun ang napansin natin, ano, yung energy in the first 2 sets is really high. Biglang nag-low dun sa third
Bumigat
set,
yung balikat eh.
Dun sa mid-portion na ng third set.
Very tight. But still they manage to execute. Then Lazaro Revilla has a hand on it.
Kat Arado and then
it's a-
Revillas.
what a battle.
Yes, exactly.
Ah,
They're working so hard in this match.
they want, there's a timeout asked by Oliver Almagro while George Pascua wants a wet portion, some housekeeping done on that side of the floor. Time to listen.
Okay. Bel, mataas yung bola eh. Mataas yung bola. Taas lang natin. Isang patay lang tayo muna. Let's get one muna. Tutuloy-tuloy tayo. Huwag tayo mag-expect sa mga ganyan-ganyan. Aggressive tayo. Kung gay, pagkalsik na yung bola. Attempt. Baka may angat mo eh. Yun ang importante. Kailangan natin aggressive. Kailangan natin attempt ng attempt. Umangat ang bola, malaking bagay. Naintindihan? Kubera natin. Hindi na. Siksik ka na dito. Reverse. Naintindihan? Okay, let's go.
Okay, no giving up. Okay? Hey, Titan! Stay strong, stay strong!
If there was a nail biter that you were looking for, or a target game you were looking for, here it is. If you're Choco Mucho, now your season could be on the line here.
That's true. And alam mo what happened here sa PLDT? Remember the first 2 sets? Kasi we mentioned in the pre-game that they had 4 double-digit players. Pero ang slow start. Pero ngayon, getting there na PLDT.
Yes, indeed. Alexis Tinsay will give us a report.
For Coach George Pascal, the PLDT high-speed hitter, step 1 is familiarization of the process and the skills of the other teams. Given that this is their 2nd season, they are now on to step 2, which is the mastery of their movements. As they're maximizing all their strength, they're diluting their weaknesses and using their fire to possess the end game. A while ago, the story of this game is survival. Now it's confidence seeping through PLDT, which is keeping their head above the water and one step closer into getting into the Final 4. Let's see if Jules Samonte will convert this point into this set.
Thank you very much. Alexis Tinsay for 1 count. There's a point that they needed. Bea De Leon punctures that open hole.
Bea De Leon with 9 points already in this match. 6 from attacks, 3 block points. Well, kanina I was mentioning a double-digit figures ka sa PLDT now. They have Reyes with 12, Samonte with 17, Basas
boy.
with 15, and Palumata with 13. Humabol
Eto
ng
na humabol.
todo-todo.
They were not scoring that well in the early goals. In the meantime, Basas has been the most consistent all game long.
And si Rene Bakulangan has been going to her because she started well. Siya lang eh. Nung umpisa, si Basas lang halos yung score for
I
them.
agree. And we had observed, and you in particular mentioned that they needed more people to score. And suddenly coming to life were Samonte, and as you mentioned, Ceballos, and Mika Reyes as well. That is rejected. Oh, Palomata says no way.
There you go, Palomata with her 14th point. 2 block points for her.
Nakmo, nung nag-kick in na yung blocking ng PLDT, and they use their height, boy, they have been strong at the net.
Even Mika Reyes with 3 block points already. Kanina, nabanggit natin, wala pa, di ba? It came in very late.
Parang sabi mo,
Yung
bakit
first
wala
niya.
pong points nun? Oh, this one is a good counter. That Valentino continues to fire away.
They should get something off of this hard hit kill of Catolentino. Yan yung mga pwede mag-pop up sa league, di ba? The Choco Mucho will have to pull out everything in this 5th set. Dahil, remember, they need this game.
To stay alive.
Yes, to stay alive.
Palomata, that is foiled. And that does not cross over. PLDT trying to argue the point there. And look at this, an exchange of heavy leather and a miss. The PLDT hoping for a check. They don't get it. And the Choco Mucho people suddenly swing back to life. Oh, this is going to be a great finish. Professor Pasqua calls a timeout. Time to listen in.
Okay, yung 1 out at a time lang. Pag nagkabalikan, si Kombi ka rito, ginagalawa nito. Dito nga receive para may iwan yung sa doon. Basta huwag tayong bibitaw, ladies. Huwag tayong bibitaw. Huwag natin buhayin sila. Okay? Huwag tayong aasar ng aero ng kalaban. Pagbutihin natin, then kumabaho tayo. One good pass and execute natin yung point. Puro attack. Ha, let's go!
Ate, dito na tayo! Dito na tayo!
Kung meron ho kayong remote, kung nanonood kayo, suggestion ko, itabi niyo muna sandali. Ito, you don't want to miss anything here.
Sabi ko sa'yo, yung solid hit ni Catolentino, medyo nag-pop up yung teammates niya. Well, let's hope that it continues.
This is a great battle with the themes of trying to survive and moving forward. You know, if you're PLDT, you want to keep on winning in your record because of the tightness of the competition for the 4 slots.
Look at the numbers of Catolentino. 21 points already in this match so far.
Basas. Tolentino pushes it over. The set, the strike. Tolentino has a hand on it. Dina Wong gives it to Gaston. This place is beginning to rock.
Okay, Gaston getting it in between the blockers. Simple volleyball, just very basic. She got the space, put it there, got a point, and we are tied.
Of course, the Gastons hail from both the Negros and Iloilo area. Maagi lang po, no?
Oo.
And look at this. 4 touches called against PLDT. Choco takes a step forward. You know what? I miss the exchange of sides. I know because of health protocols, we don't do that anymore.
What a match party. You
Yes.
just feel the importance of this match.
Every point from this move juncture onward fought for fiercely. Valentino has done everything. Oh, Gaston!
Important giving to Pongay Gaston.
Good point. Look at this, 8-6, a race to 15. PLDT needs to regroup here. They need one good pass here. And look for a score. Basa strikes. Dina is checked. Dina resets. Gaston, not this time. Ceballos, yes!
Fiona Ceballos getting the spot. Launched into the line of manager Madrid. Napatayo pa eh. But obviously, ito yung mga important substitutions.
Ito na, situational na yan.
Yes. Double sub for Coach George Pasco. Soyet coming in and Semana also.
Now serving for PLDT, Wendy Semana.
Has always been a good server. Uh-oh!
Line serving 7.
Is still on the side of PLDT.
Serving for CHOCO, Pauline Gaston.
Pongay is such a, where we come from, such a lovely name. Dina Wong with a one-hander. One target.
And this time, Fiona Ceballos sa kabila naman another cross-court hit. Same result though, getting a point.
For full swing. And in her wheelhouse, just doing everything. No restraint. Close and tight here. Dina Wong. That's checked. Good defensive move. And this is what PLDT has relied on. They get this to work again.
Ito yung kapit. Diba? Kapit talaga.
Number 21, Regine Rocha in.
Rocha is back in. Ito yung kapit. This is such a valuable term.
And also yung chess match ng coaches natin. Diba yung mga tactical substitutions.
Palomata! Putting up a huge wall on the last two offensive thrusts of Choco Mucho.
Palomata now 16 points in this game.
There's a different satisfaction, really, when you make a block.
Sabi ko sabi ko malalaki eh. Okay, Ben, malalaki. Take out one lang muna. Okay, again. Walang problema, sabi sa'yo, bilis na kakagad dito. Kumuha ka dito, walang problema. Para kumuha ng isa kung kay Bel yan. Naumikad ka pa, alam nila pupunta kayo kay Kat eh, walang problema. Pero cover tayo, first line ka pa. Hindi ibig sabihin na nandito to, hindi nagbabantay yung dito eh. Okay, dalawang malaki nandito, may palumata yan. Kailangan yung palumata mag-fix sa gitna. May cut ka pa, okay? Let's go.
In the meantime, Dina Wong gets to it. Here's Arocha from the back cross, gentle touch by Tolentino. Not exactly a precise touch. Tolentino could not handle it.
And Ellie Soyo just going for it. Talagang pinalo doon for that cross-court hit. Challenging Kat Tolentino's defense.
Ginoo is back in.
11-10, now serving Heather Ginomo.
Just above the net. Reverse set. Long, but Ceballos takes care of it. Soyot firing. Dina Wong. Tolentino into the corner.
And even from the back row, Kat Tolentino scoring that very important and crucial point for Choco Mucho.
Serving for CHOCO, Dina Wong.
We're coming to the tail end of this fifth set, Sam. This is it.
Yes,
Diba?
both sides giving everything they have here. Soyud. One-handed recovery by Denden Lazaro Revilla. Arado. Soyud rejected. Liberos hard at work. Soyud dinks it over. Denden makes it a bit of a set. They don't use it exactly. Soyud. Oh, yes! Good thrust by Mika Reyes.
Great decision there for Mika Reyes. From Mika Reyes. Hindi na inintay, no? Won that ball and kumbaga for 3 sets pa. Hindi na she took matters into her hands and went for that hit. Tama-tama, no blockers. Tamang decision niya, di
And
ba?
it looked good eh. It looked like a set eh.
Flash ng inyong cellphone. Pakipatay lang po ang flash ng inyong camera phone. Now serving for PLDT, Rhea Di Magulagan.
Hindi na sinetap. Ganun naman, pag walang
Oo naman.
blocker.
Parang regalo yan eh.
Oo, exactly.
Sabi ko sa mga ibang kasama natin, ipapauso ko yung regalo sa mundo. Italiano naman yun. Uh-oh. Yes! Yes! In play! 3 ball. Who capitalizes the push to the back row? Ceballos is everywhere. Then gets to it. The set. The shot. It's taken care of. It's still playable. Nobody wants to give an inch here.
And it ends with a block point coming from Tolentino once again. So from offense to defense. Blocking this hit of Jules Samonte.
Substitution for Choco Mucho, number 12, Barocha out, number 9.
The points of Tolentino are equal to 1 set already. And more, 26.
What a comeback for
Now
for
serving
Tolentino.
Valdez serve. Tolentino with a hand on it. It becomes a set for Pongay. Rhea, the push. Samonte in play. The strike. One-handed pickup by Tolentino. The stun. Arado is there. The reverse. Block!
What a read. I mean, the counter of Choco Mucho in reading kasi makikita mo yung si Coach George. So, pinapalit-palit niya na itong si Jules Samonte ng possession and also Chin Basas. But still, that was well read by the blockers of Choco Mucho.
Ngayon, pag naka-study sa block, katama nyo lang sa kaliwa. Huwag down the line, huwag sa cross court, ha? Sit down. Okay, let's go. Sila! Hey, PLDT!
Mr. Reggie Palu, our president, the other day we saw each other on the gasoline station.
Nagkwentuhan.
Buying donuts.
Ay,
That was before the MOA schedule. Alam mo si Maddie, forever young. And Mr. Tony Leong, always good to see him. Still owes me that giant chicken siopaw. From 10 years
hindi
ago.
mo nalilimutan.
Hindi pa. Then Lazaro Revilla. Wong, Pongay, Long.
Well, we have to compliment both Liberos, Catarado, and then Revilla is just playing spectacular in this match. Both of them are manning the floor so well.
You know, Pongay ended up rather undecided when she went airborne. She
Yes.
saw the open spot. What kind of shot do I release? And that moment of indecision created the extended attempt there. Wong. And we arrive at match point with Kat Tolentino delivering a key blow.
That was just too much for Catarado to handle. Kat Tolentino going down the line.
Choco Mucho now at match point. Serving for the match, Rhea De Leon.
It sails in. One hand and PLDT stays alive.
Chin Basas in her right position this time. Getting again that off the block point.
Television for PLDT number 1, you know, out. Number 13, Del Malamate.
The trick here, or if it is not, the thing to do is not blink. Don't blink.
You
Could be
cannot,
over.
you cannot afford to blink.
Fifth set tied at 14. Then adjusts it. Becomes a set. Ceballos got to it. Malomata, it stays afloat. Gaston makes up for it. And it's a 1-point lead.
Bongay Gaston recovering from that error right away. Giving Choco Mucho match point.
Number 2. Valentino serving. The set. Chance now to end it. But they don't get a clean shot. And it is over. And listen to this crowd celebrating.
What a hard-earned win by Choco Mucho. Grabe, partner. Both teams deserve the win. You know,
Actually.
it was a hard-fought game.
Could have gone either way.
Correct.
With the way, you can't help but be impressed with the way PLDT fought back. Watch this winning moment. Ano na eh, no? Kung bumagsak yung iba, relief na eh.
Once again, give it up for both teams.
It was just an amazing match. I'm sure the fans loved it. I mean, if you were for PLDT and for Choco Mucho, pareho lang yung intensity that you felt all throughout the game.
Correct. And PLDT, they will be at 3-2. Now, Choco Mucho's conference stays alive. Very much so.
Yes, but they have to win their next game against Petrogas, if I'm not mistaken.
And why not? This woman.
Look at that comeback of Cataletino. 27 points, partner. Grabe. 2 blocks, 1 ace, and 24 attack points from this lady.
Okay, let's take a look and take in some highlights from the very quick set number 5.
Well, it was really a seesaw battle between these two teams. Ang Choco Mucho, actually a strong start for PLDT, but Choco Mucho had their run and just stayed on with this game. At palit-palitan tayo ng putos till the end after that siguro mid-portion. And finally, Choco Mucho getting this one.
Boy, they needed this win. And final look at the stats of the fifth.
Right, and yung Choco Mucho siguro that yung error nila limited to 1 was the biggest factor kasi pareho lang naman yung attack points na PLDT having more block points in this set, pero yun na nga no, totally itong Choco Mucho made up by being mindful of their errors in that last set.
If there was a best player for the fifth, Bongay Gaston would definitely be a nominee. In the meantime, this is coming up next. Jerry Tigo goes up against Creamline. In behalf of Mosby Ravena, Alexis Tinsay, and all of us here, thank you for joining us. There's still more volleyball ahead of you. Thank you for joining us. Big win by Choco Mucho.